Cold Lake residents may be noticing some unique cars passing through the city as drivers get ready to start their engines tomorrow morning for the second Race the Base at Four Wing. Drivers from all over have made the trek to Four Wing to put some of the fastest cars in the world to the test in a variety of different competitions.
We do have standing miles side by side between cars challenges. We also have the top speed run where you can expose your car to anything and everything it can do, which is hopefully in the 350 zone. And then we also have a dual road course.
Today's weather wreaked havoc on the practice runs, forcing the cars to be parked for the majority of the day, but everyone is still gearing up for tomorrow.
Being uncertain today is not going to be hindering what's going to happen tomorrow, but hope we have dry weather because then we have time to go a little crazy with our cars. It will be neat.
All the action is set to kick off at 8 a.m. And chuck season is almost coming to an end, and you may have seen some chuck wagon floats being paraded around Lloydminster. But one of the wagons has a deeper history than most. Anna Stanislaw reports it's more than just a piece of equipment.
When Murray Rennick decided to join the Lloyd FM Chuck Wagon contest, he asked the Bensmiller family if he could borrow a chuck wagon.
And I talked to the lads there, and they said that they'd lend me a wagon to put on there, and I said, well, I'll put my tarp on and then we'll run with that. And then I find out later that it's got some historical value to it. So
this wagon was my dad's and George Norman's. George Norman passed away in '94, and I think it was the first wagon they ever built. That was probably back in the early '80s.
Chance's father, Buddy, and his childhood friend George Normand are both chuck wagon legends. Normand was the first man to win 6 World Chuck Wagon Championships, and Buddy has won 2 World Championships and more.
This wagon here has probably got, well, I think George in 7 years he won 5 or 6 world titles and numerous show titles. So yeah, it's had a good life, this wagon.
Although Rennick did not win the contest, he represents the legacy of these legends.
It's a tough competition, and they put a lot of heart and soul into it, so it's a good thing.
I mean, it means a lot to my dad especially, you know, and even to me, because I mean, George was like an uncle to me. He was like a brother to my dad, so having that wagon still around, it means a lot to the family.
Chance and his brother Kurt are the only 2 left from his family to continue riding. Buddy has retired but still helps out whenever he can. Anna Stanislaw, Newcap News.
Well, another weekend is here. The Chuck Wagon Cabaret is set for Saturday night, and the town of St. Walburg is set to swell this weekend for their annual Wild Blueberry Festival. Lloyd FM's Heather Clagis has more on what's happening.
This beautiful work of art at the Husky Travel Center here in Lloydminster is just one of the ways that the city has got all dressed up for the CPCA finals. It's the 20th anniversary. The races are in full swing. Still a full weekend of racing headed your way. Plus, they've got a bunch of other things going on as well. Pancake breakfast. They've got 2 of them. Tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock at Westridge GMC and Sunday morning out at the Lloyd X Grounds. And don't forget, they'll have the cabaret on Saturday night. And new this year, they've got the Border Cowboy Shootout. It's going to be their Western Finals. So make sure you head to the Lloyd X this weekend for all the fun. If you're spending some time in Lloydminster for the CPCA finals, well, why not take a short drive out to St. Walburg on Saturday? It's their 24th annual Wild Blueberry Festival. You've got a chance to, yes, enjoy some blueberries, but there's going to be so much more going on. They'll have a craft market, lots of fun for the kids, live entertainment, a show and shine as well. So a full day of fun out in St. Walburg on Saturday. This weekend, we're giving you a chance to win a whole bunch of CDs. It's the Summer Pack, courtesy of Universal Music, with some of the biggest albums that came out this summer, including Dean Brody, Dirt. We've got Kip Moore, Up All Night, LMFAO, High Valley. The list just goes on. If you want to win this, real simple. All you have to do is email your name and daytime phone number to tvcontests@newcap.ca. And we want to say thanks to John at Universal Music Canada for hooking us up with the music. And even after the CPCA rolls out of town next week, there's still going to be plenty to do. Looking ahead to Thursday, the group Sound of the North will be live at the Legacy Center. If you want to check it out, there will be some tickets available at the door. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, I hope you have a great one. I'm Heather Clagis, and that's what's happening.
Meantime, the news of Armstrong being stripped of those titles is garnering quite the reaction worldwide. including right here in the border city. Nermanisa has that side of the story.
Le vainqueur du Tour de France 2005, Lance Armstrong.
It's that very same announcement Lance Armstrong has heard 7 times in his career. But the image of Armstrong being a world-class champion may not be the one people will now associate with the cyclist. After giving up his fight against doping allegations, Armstrong has been stripped of his titles and has been banned from the sport he made so popular.
I support Lance Armstrong 100%.
Dave Recklow is an avid cyclist. For the past couple of years, he's held a charity bike ride, cycling more than 200 kilometers over a 2-day period. He calls the ruling by the U.S. anti-doping agency a witch hunt.
I think it's a lot of sour grapes. He passed all the drug tests while he was riding. That's good enough for me, and it should be good enough for everyone else out there.
Armstrong has spoken out on the issue, releasing a statement late Thursday night. In it, he says, quote, "There comes a point in every man's life when he has to say enough is enough. For me, that time is now." He went on to say, "I know who won those 7 tours, my teammates know who won those 7 tours, and everyone I competed against knows who won those 7 tours." Over at Lakeland College, athletics supervisor Aaron Rawlick believes Armstrong was just too tired to continue fighting the doping allegations.
Whether he doped or not, I hope for his sake it doesn't tarnish that side of his brand where he's raised that money to fight cancer, and to work on cancer research.
While Armstrong's 14-year cycling history has been wiped out, many hope that's not the case with the Live Strong Foundation. To date, more than $450 million was raised in the fight against cancer, and with the cancer survivor conceding defeat, some believe it was an admission of guilt, but hope his philanthropy rides on. Nermanisa, Newcap News.